Hi, Kalimera, good morning. Welcome to this little fairy tale garden, my heaven on earth, my land of plenty. Look, this is my office for the day. And I call it heaven on earth, and I'm going to speak a bit about that briefly, about what that means and what that could look like for you, and what might be a path for you to create yours if you're not already there. So if I look back 7, 8 years ago, I was living in London. I was recently diagnosed as HIV positive. I was depressed. I was living a very destructive life and feeling very lost and confused about myself and my life. And I could never have dreamed at that time that I could fast forward X amount of years and be here living this land of plenty, this heaven on earth, where I'm here in this beautiful home with my soul partner and our little family of dogs and cats. Surrounded by an incredible community here on Crete, the island that every part of my being loves and feels home. And having beautiful friendships and relationships with my brothers and my family. That seemed completely impossible a few years ago. But as I followed the steps, the breadcrumbs that life was offering me, the opportunities to come back home to myself through unlearning and deconditioning and healing wounds, trauma, but mainly misconceptions and misunderstandings about who I am, what makes me tick, what makes me come alive, and what I love deeply. Through that journey, life began to reflect, bit by bit, my heaven on earth. Began to reflect these changes. So I started to create deeper friendships. I started to create more beautiful places to live in, more beautiful people around me. I started to have more and more experiences of joy, of pleasure, and of aliveness. And that for me is our heaven on earth. And it's not something that is a fixed destination. It's something that we live. It's something that we carry inside. It's something that is reflected to us, that we create through this reflection, that life creates by reflecting back to us where we are. That is our heaven on earth. And of course, your heaven on earth might be, in some areas of your life, already fulfilled and satisfying. Whereas in some other areas of your life, you're feeling more icky, you're resistant, and it's not yet reflecting back to you where you need to be or where you want to be, or you're not feeling satisfied or fulfilled in that area of your life. And those are pathways. Those are good indicators of perhaps where you're not operating in your alignment with who you are. Maybe you're running an old script, an old story that you've been taught from your family, from society, from the internet. That is not authentic to you. That is not natural to you. So, looking at those areas in your life where you're seeing these reflections coming, or you're already living a beautiful reflection, like this house, using my experience. And then, of course, there's other parts of my life, less and less, but there are areas of my life where I still struggle. I'm still very much challenged. And those are the areas that I know I need to look at, that I'm not operating in my design, in my authenticity. And those are the areas that I can focus on to create my heaven on earth in those areas. So to summarize that, your heaven on earth is a reflection. Life is reflecting back to you where you're at. So your heaven on earth is created through that reflection. And that reflection improves, gets better, the more you come into your alignment, into your essence, your heart, who you truly are. And that alignment comes through following the breadcrumbs of life, following the moments of healing, of awakening that happen, that life is continuously inviting us to do. So it really requires a listening, getting a sense of where you are, tracking, okay, where am I feeling drawn to right now? What is happening in my life in this reflection that is not ultimately satisfying and fulfilling for me? Yeah, and that's how we create our heaven on earth, and that is so needed right now. That is the biggest and most important contribution we can make at this point in time, as we're being pulled outside of ourselves in all different directions, we're being told what we can and can't do, and the world is changing and shifting, and the main invitation for us is, regardless of what's going on outside, to create our heaven on earth by doing that work of alignment. So that's the invitation for you right now. Maybe to make it practical, just to finish, take some time today. Notice where in your life are you feeling expanded? Are you feeling satisfied? Where in your life are you not? Where are you feeling challenged and struggling? And where is life showing you the areas, the paths that you need to take in order to shift and to create what you're here to be creating? If you want any help with this, of course, I'm available. I offer free consultations right now. You can book them through my website, edwardpike.net. And thank you for being here. You're part of my heaven on earth for sure. And looking forward to connecting. Let me know how this moves you, what you get from this, and have a beautiful day.